And why you? You were born there, and you spent time in London, you spent time in America, in Florida. Tell me about, your experience of Syria. What's it like to grow up there, to be there? Why does this mean so much to you? And why are you the guy to make this happen?
Well, I left Syria in 2007. I decided to run away from that dictatorship. But looking into the Syrian people, I learned a lot from the Syrian. They're a very resilient community, diverse, but unfortunately the environment that the dictator have created in Syria, it wouldn't allow any entrepreneur or any successful mind, there is no healthy environment there. So I decided to leave to London, and I moved in 2007. When I came to London, I realized how the global mind works, and that was really fascinating for me. I learned how to turn challenges into opportunities. Then I decided to move. After quite some time in London, I decided to move to the States, got married with my wife, have kids, and I established my first business. With time, I learned that economy and diplomacy are the same face, two faces for the same coin. And that gives you a lot of perspective on how you're gonna achieve legacy in this world. So why Syria? Syria, my root came from Syria. And I still have a great place in my heart. Looking at the Syrian people, they suffered a lot. It's time to step in. It's time to do something right. It's time to fight all the false media, all the hidden agenda against, what's happening in the Middle East. And one of the greatest things that encouraged me to move forward and start, explore other ways to help the Syrian people in Syria and collaborate with our administration in the States is having the right administration. Our current administration is completely different than the previous one. The previous one was built on supply more weapons, start more conflicts, start more wars. With the current government, they're trying, with the current administration, President Trump, he wants to stop war. He wants peace. He doesn't want conflict. He's a businessman. When you understand economy is all about creating opportunities. We don't like conflict. We avoid it in business. Yeah. I mean, you're a business person.
Yeah.
So that encouraged me to say, you know what, we have to step in now. And even ending the conflict in Syria, it's a huge advantage for American interest. Without moving any boots on the ground, without shooting any bullet, diplomacy, economy, we flipped it to our camp very easily. So it's very achievable, and I'm very happy about what we're facing today. It's history in the making.
Clearly there's a lot of people that are interested in that area. And so we've seen, Russia had a lot of bases there. They were projecting a lot of power, even helping, Assad keep his power with a lot of airstrikes and things we saw happening. Obviously, Iran was projecting power there in many different ways. And so there's still people that they don't want it probably going into, allegiance with the West because it's such a strategic.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.
Located place. And so I'm sure there's people right now that kind of want to keep the West out. And so there's a lot of conflicting interests because it's just an incredible place. It's got 25 million people, I believe. It's got natural resources like gas. It's strategically and honestly just an incredible place where, probably what happens in Syria would bleed out to everything else in that Middle East. It's also a historic opportunity, and this has already been talked about, for potentially signing these Abraham Accords with Israel. And many nations have already signed that. Famously, the UAE did, and Jordan, and all these other places. And when something like that happens with such a major player in the Middle East, you could see that causing all the other major players along with that, which would just establish more and more peace in that region. But there's still a lot of hurdles because a lot of people want to project power on that country. It must be frustrating to come from a place where everyone's trying to control it.
Correct, absolutely correct, but it's a bit too late. Time has run out for them. One of the major things I try to shine a light on, look at the Iranian and the Russian try to control Syria, Yemen, and Lebanon. Look what's happening in these three countries. And look at the GCC countries. Look at Qatar, look at UAE, look at Saudi Arabia in American camp. Do you see the differences? Do you see the differences between even its own people? I think the Syrian today, more than ever, are awake, and they realize they missed on too many opportunities. That's why they want to correct it today. And this is why I've always been great to feel American and British. There is a lot of changes in the Middle East. It's going to happen, especially precisely for Syria. Syria is going to be the new hub for innovation, for technology, for education. So the Syrian people are really excited about the new chance and the new opportunity. I mean, if you go to Syria, you see American flags everywhere. You see President Trump everywhere. Everyone was happy about how the diplomacy and how the communication and how the relationship it's opening up with the West now. I was surprised being in Damascus, engaging with the public on the street and talking to them. They're so excited and happy. And that makes me happy too. I mean, all the Russian and the Iranian airstrike and all these years of fighting and killing and violence, we came in without any fights, without any troops. I didn't have to carry a gun with me to go to Syria. I mean, even the congressmen, we went there, we were, hosted by the people, everyone was happy. So that gives you a perspective on how things, like anyone on his right mind, he can see the differences. Look at GCC, we love Dubai, we look at Abu Dhabi, we look at Doha. I mean, the world is changing, and it's time for the people to change their thinking and look at the neighbors. Even with a neighboring country, like Israel. I have a lot of Jewish friends in the States. I have a lot of Israeli friends. I mean, we are the new generation. We're looking for peace. We want to end these old conflicts and hates. We don't want it. We don't want it to exist even around us. And we're very blessed today that we have two administrations, one in Syria and one in the States, that are agreeing on the same thing. Time to end hates, time to end wars. We need a prosperous world. We need a peaceful world. We need our new generation to be innovator. I mean, we are witnessing the AI, the technology, the whole thing is changing. The world is changing in a fast way that the human mind cannot even comprehend how fast it's going. We can't live in the past anymore. So we're all excited for the new changes.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside, I view, is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.